Yo guys, Phase Shifter here and welcome to another video. Christmas has come early in the world of Mornstead, folks. We've just had a new content patch drop. This is called Season of Revelry Update version 1.1.394. And I'm absolutely delighted to say that this is actually going to be a two-part process. They've said that they're going to offer one part of the content patch this week and then another part, which actually looks sizably bigger than the one they're giving us this week, next Thursday as well. So really exciting times for the festive period for us Lords of the Fallen players. To just give a brief summary before we get into the nitty-gritty of these two parts, what is actually going to be contained. Part 1, Offerings of Aureus, that's live now. 6 new spells, holiday decorations, 3 new throwables, and additional secret boss weapon abilities. Cannot wait to explore that. And then next week, Part 2, Trial of the 3 Spirits. We've got character appearance reset, Umbral armor set and questline, gamepad rebinding, storage chest. That's going to be absolutely amazing. Radiant armor, quest and set line. New Grievous strikes, that's epic. Rogar armor, set and quest line. And of course, a snowball throwable. So some really exciting stuff there, folks. So without any further ado, let's get into the nitty gritty of the patch. So, glad tidings, lamp bearers of Mornstead. For the season of Revelry is upon us. A 2-part bumper update spread over this week and next, bringing with it a whole smorgasbord of goodies, including new quest lines, festive armor sets, some highly requested quality of life features, seasonal decorations, and much, much more. As stated many times previously, we cannot understate our appreciation of your ongoing support, passion, and dedication since our launch in October, and hope our roadmap of free content goes some way to express this gratitude. We've released over 30 post-release updates, with plenty of updates and nearly all of which have been contributed towards today's stability and performance, in addition to many refinements to overall balancing. We're extremely pleased with the result and couldn't have done it without the help of you, our community of Crusaders. So, raise your lanterns one and all and let the season of Revelry begin. So let's focus on update 1, folks. We've got the Offerings of Aureus. Again, this is live now. We have got the second spell pack that they've released, and it says here that the second of our 2 post-release spell packs lands today, includes the Arena Devastating Immolation, Brothers Knights Radiant Shield Throw, and the ability to shoot skin-piercing icicles from your fingertips. It says 6 spells on the graphic, and then when we look at this, give the gift of blood vomit this holiday. 1 of 3 new projectiles alongside explosive mines and frostworms. Man, this is getting me excited for some build ideas. Really looking forward to this. And then new boss weapon abilities. Before I click on these, folks, spoiler alert, if you don't want to see them, please look away. The Light Reaper's Jewel Blades and the Old Pieta Alani sword combo and the stick had secret abilities. But seeing how popular these have been, we've quickly got to work on adding secret abilities to all boss weapons, including an eruption of bouncing flame from the Cleric's Greatsword, and the power to shoot a torrent of burning blades with the Father of Misery's Great Hammer. But you will have to perform certain tasks in order to unlock these devastating secret attacks. So this gives us so much more content to run at. And for someone who is a build crafter like myself, this is really exciting. This opens up so much possibilities. You can probably tell I'm getting pretty excited about this because I'm just starting to see in front of me a path for creating loads of new concoctions and mixtures of abilities and styles of play for you guys. Holiday decorations. Yes, even the heinous hordes of a deer take time to spread a little seasonal joy, lovingly bedecking the vestiges they patrol so vehemently in festive decor. We'll have to check that out. Update 2, so this one's next week. Trial of the 3 Spirits. 3 new quest lines, 3 new armor sets, 3 new weapons. Lords of the Fashion, here we come. Each representing one of the 3 factions, Radiance, Rogar, and Umbral. More will be revealed next week as to what arduous ordeals you will need to overcome in order to reap such splendiferous rewards. Mirror of Distortion, one of your most highly requested features. Next week's update includes a quest line, the successes of which you will unlock a mysterious mirror possessing the power to alter your very physiognomy. Physiognomy, can't say that word. You'll be able to alter your body shape, gender, skin tone, hair color, and facial features and name. Awesome. New Grievous Strikes. This is awesome. Every family of weapon now has 2 unique finishes, one for single-handed wielding and one for two-handed wielding. So that, again, is just going to give us loads of style points when we're finishing off enemies. And this has been massively up there on our wish list, and they've said this here. Another item that's been extremely high on your wish list is the storage box. We're delighted to confirm that the Skyrest Bridge will be graced with a coffer next week, where you can deposit 2,000 items, helping to free up your inventory space. Awesome. Gamepad rebind, clearly on Santa's good list this year. You'll also be receiving the ability to rebind your gamepad, having been able to remap mouse and keyboard since launch. I didn't even realize you couldn't. I didn't try and change anything. Guessing that's been a request. And then we've got snowballs. A new throwable. Festive season has well and truly arrived in Mornstead in the form of throwing snowballs. Throw them at enemies or invaders alike until they frostbite. Very, very nice. And here we go, folks. These are the full breakdown of all the spells that they are adding. So embrace the array of 6 new spells and 3 throwables, now accessible across the 3 factions. You will have the opportunity to acquire them by defeating their wielders, so that's much like the previous 6 spell pack that we got a few weeks back. Number 1, Imbuing Chalice, a throwable chalice filled with blood that inflicts bleed build-up and smite build-up. Interesting. That reminds me a little bit of Darkest Dungeon, one of the enemies that used to throw a chalice of stuff on you. Lambent Feint. Perform a quick step backwards before firing an arrow of radiant magic, which inflicts holy damage and smite build-up. That sounds interesting as well, although it is radiant magic, so it's probably ridiculously strong. They really need to nerf radiance. Smiting Shield. Hurl a shield of radiant magic, inflicting holy damage. That's cool. That's very Paladin-esque. I'll definitely be checking that out. Explosive Snare. A throwable mine which explodes if stepped on by an enemy, inflicting fire damage and burn build-up. Interesting. Incinerating Blast. Charge up, then launch a flaming projectile, inflicting fire damage and ignite build-up. So a lot of burn and ignite build-up spells here. This is good. Seared Soul. Summon a seared soul who will rush in the direction of an enemy before exploding, inflicting burn build-up. And then onto Umbral spells. Bursting Grub. A throwable umbral creature which bursts, inflicting wither damage and frostbite build-up. Hibernal Cleave. Swing an axe of umbral magic, causing a line of damaging ice formations to erupt from the ground and inflict frostbite build-up. Puncturing Hail. Launch a trio of airborne ice projectiles which inflict frostbite build-up. Please note that these spells will not count towards the Radiant Inferno or Umbral Adept achievements. Excellent. So before we move on, it seems that they are looking at improving the way in which Wither and Frostbite and Burn and Ignite build-ups are being procced. I think that might be an attempt to try and keep things a little bit more in line with how strong Radiance is. I could be wrong there, but having been experimenting with different elements recently in some build creations, it does feel that there was a lacking in that area. So hopefully this is going to be the key to opening up some more build diversity in that respect. If there's only one way to find out. We'll have to get farming, folks. This is cool. Farmable faction shrines. By popular demand, you can now farm the faction shrine currencies out of elites for every faction. It's a rare loot drop that can be farmed without engaging with multiplayer systems and using pulse for additional drop rates. That's awesome for PvE players. It means that we could start getting tinks and things like that by just farming PvE content. That's excellent. That's a really, really nice change. And now we've got some of the bog standard patch notes, which I'll whiz through really quickly. Quests. Fix an issue with Cookajin's quest that could prevent a player from finishing it. Please be aware that this change does not fix existing save games automatically. You'll need to defeat an additional boss where she can help for it to be unlocked. It also prevents the bug from happening ever again, thanks to Hurrian for providing the save game, which helped us track down and fix the issue quicker. Excellent. Multiplayer. Improved multiplayer online experience to be more reactive. As a result, this change will now allow players to easier dodge enemy attacks and not get stun locked. Fix an issue to prevent charred fingers, to grant increased rewards upon completion. And then we have a lot of other mentions here that just seem to be kind of animation changes, collision changes, things to do with doors, bugs, all that kind of stuff. I will put the patch notes in the description for you to take a look at these, folks. I don't want this video to run on too long now. Collision changes, as usual, plenty of those. Audio changes, so increase the Wayfarer's audio, yada yada yada. Lots of different things there for you to take a look at as well. And bosses, fix an issue that could cause Blessed Carrier Knight's Nisho to drop the player's vigor rather than absorbing it when killing the player. Fixed an issue that allowed players to skip the boss encounter in the cistern and get the item from the Umbral container by quitting out mid-fight. Didn't know that. Fix an issue that could cause the Hush Saint to lose player focus after defeating a summoned NPC. Interesting, so a few bug fixes there. No buffs to the bosses themselves, though. Some visual fixes and then some gameplay fixes here. Fix an issue that could cause the character to play the moth wall, enter animation while dying, and fix an issue that could prevent water to deal damage to players and enemies. And we've got bunch of other things here to do with runes not working in weapons properly, and fix an issue that could display the wrong character level when using a rebirth chrysalis. I've had that before, glad they've changed that. Fix an issue preventing Umbral Eyes to be droppable. Fix an issue that prevented players from discarding some items. Additional pass to reduce the number of actors casting shadows in the Abbey of the Hallowed Sisters, so there's no loss in quality. Updated roadmap. Whilst the entire studio continues to be incredibly hardworking on our free content roadmap, we've decided to release the NG Plus modifiers early next year to ensure the best possible quality. Thank you for your understanding and look forward to sharing more information shortly. In light we walk. So that's referring to the fact that they were talking about the NG Plus modifiers quite early in the patch cycles that they were doing when the game first came out. If you weren't aware of this, they were saying that they wanted to add randomizers and things like that into the game before New Year. It's clear that they've now changed the goalposts a little bit and focused more on giving us more content to work through, which I think is probably a good idea. Certainly from looking at what they're giving us, that's going to give us a lot more to play around with over the festive period, and I'm personally really excited about this. So what do you think, folks? It's been a while since I've done a patch video, but I'm really hyped to see that they're bringing out a lot of content for the game. Are those spells looking tasty to you? What do we think? Are they going to be effective? I certainly think they are, and I love that they've added more Grievous Strikes and more boss weapon abilities. I think that just opens loads of doors for us. So really interested to hear what you're thinking about. Thank you so much for continuing to support this channel and keeping an interest in the game. There's about 10,000 of you that keep returning to watch each video, which is absolutely awesome. But only about 1,250 of you, or 1,300 now, subscribed. So if you want to help me out and keep supporting the channel, please do smash that like button, share this with your friends, sound off in the comments, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.